Straight back, mate. Straight back.
That's a rubbish.
It's not a space.
How much space do you need?
Right, okay. So today, we're going to talk about statistics from a manager's perspective. You've all done summer or Easter as a fundraiser's perspective. So now it's on the other side. Just like interviews, we've all been on the receiving end of an interview, and then you're going to be giving them out as well. So it's exactly the same for this. So yeah. Right, the aims of this presentation is one, expectations. You're going to be managing your own team, so you're going to have expectations of your team. So all the ratios, all the different statistics, you need to know, have a clear idea of what you want your team to achieve. Analysis. There's no point having the numbers there if you don't know what to do with them. And then action. After the analysis, they're just sitting on your laptop or on your notepad. What are you going to do? How are you going to talk to your fundraisers? How are you going to talk to your senior manager as well? Right, okay, statistics. What do we text our managers after every night in field? XP.
Innings, hours, shows, goals.
Yeah. And what do we do with them statistics? Okay.
What, as managers?
Yeah.
Forward them on to SMs, or we put them down in our own.
Yeah. Okay. I'll reword it. How do we compare the statistics?
Oh,
Into
ins per hour, ins per show, show per hour, show per day.
yeah, that's right. Jackin, what are the company standards for ins per show?
Ins per show is 1 in 6.
1 in 6. Yeah. Simba, what does ins per show represent?
That's how we do approaches.
Exactly. Quality of your approach. All right. Next, ins per hour. Company standard. Luke.
1 in 6.
Yeah. And Rob, what does that represent? Ins and outs.
Ins per show, sorry.
Ins and
Right,
outs.
Sorry.
Ins an hour. What
Exactly.
does that represent?
How efficient you are with your timing and into
Not quite. Pippin? Ins an hour.
so what?
Like,
Jacqueline?
You should be not really sexy as a girl.
Luke. I was trying to get it there.
So you work on it.
There you go, that's what I was looking for. Sorry about that. That wasn't quite clear. I'm not technically northern, so yeah. Right, then next one, show and out. Pretty obvious. You need a show every hour. Rob, what does this represent?
Efficiency.
Efficiency in field, yes it does. So actually getting into shows. And the last one, Reece?
showtime.
Showtime, yeah. Sophia, company standards showtime.
1, no.
Yeah, 3, yeah. And that represents, anyone? Hands up. Christian?
Quality of show.
Quality of show, that's right. And you all need to write these down. You need to have them imprinted on your minds. Because these are key. Your managers should have drilled it into your head already. And yeah. Mine's definitely imprinted, by the way. Right, cool. Alright, ins per show. Christina, what did you do to make sure that your team had a consistent ins per show that was good quality?
Well, obviously, because it's quality of approach, I focus a lot in the first weeks to make sure that their approach was really, really good. And if they made mistakes, make sure that they learned from those mistakes, because it was during the forming period.
Yeah, exactly. Did everyone get that? Yeah? Good. Basically, first 3 weeks, you're going to be learning your approach. And then throughout that, you'll be getting better and better at it. So this is prior this will be medium, and this will be high. This is a rough estimate, depending on how kind of ambitious you are, or you want to be as a team. Obviously, the two top regions, both record breaking, have different kind of techniques for it. So, say Legacy, their show donor was insane, and then House, it was showing out literally for the entire region, making sure they actually got into the shows to get donors. Right. Vicky, how did you make sure All In had a decent show now?
Yeah, so show now is slightly different, because obviously it's not about your approach to your show. It's, as long as you don't spend too long on your shows, it's just basically work ethic. So one thing that's really important is startup training. You've literally got to do your perfect, like you've got to run between doors, you've got to show them like you don't mess about when you're in field, because they'll do what you do to 70% anyway. So like literally, yeah. They'll do what you do to 70%. That applies to like startup training, infielding, basically anything. Because like obviously you're showing them that, oh my god, that's like what you like, what needs to be the standards. And then as well, I just use like when you're knocking with your team, they don't ever see you like not running between doors, sitting down, having a chat. If you stop for a chat, like that's taking out valuable time where you could be getting shown out. So yeah.
Literally couldn't have said that. Just froze. Yeah. So again, that would be high, that would be medium, and that would be prime. Again, rough estimates depending on how well your team wants to perform. And then the last one, because ins and out, obviously there's a lot of different elements of it, variables, depending on the start and the end. So Luke, show per donor, how do you make sure your team is?
So yeah, well obviously there are a few things you can do to show. I think what Legacy were really good at was in hubs, Mike made sure kind of the whole region understood that the whole price build up system, and that how it's obviously a system and you can just usually have to tick the boxes what you've got, and then as a manager, like you could work on people individually and be like, I don't have a good need now, or like I don't have good money rate online, and then you can kind of help people individually, like, and then different kind of like quotations you can use, which have a few of them in there, which you can just use and drop them into the certain points in the summer to like keep things going.
Cheers, thank you. Great answer. Alright, and again, I've done pride, medium and high. You'll all need to do this for your business plans. Like literally, you need to have expectations of your team so that you're all prepared for it. So right, I'm just going to chuck in a few statistics. Like I said earlier, what you write down in your tracking books would be ins, hours, shows and donors, and then the ratios, ins, hours, shows, ins per show, ins and out, show and out, show and donor. Which set of statistics do you think is more helpful? Raise hands if it's one on the left. That's pretty good. You'll think it's one on the left. This one, which you all would be right. Cheers, Luke, thank you. Right, so I'm going to give you a few scenarios now. Say someone, I think everyone has known throughout the summer someone to come back with these kind of statistics. Yeah? And you can probably see what you're talking about. So, in partners or threes, work out the ratios, please. I'll give you a couple of minutes to do it.
2 minutes, max.
Yeah. Has everyone got them? Has everyone got the ratios? Yeah? Alright. Luke, can you give me all the ratios, please?
All of them.
All of them. Absolutely.
Quality of so int per hour is 1 and 4. Int per hour is 2. Show per hour is 0.5 and show per customer or demo is 1.13.
There you go. Hope everyone got them right. So I did try and make it really simple.
Did anyone not get them right? Don't be embarrassed.
I mean, I was really nervous when I opened that.
Right. Cool. So, actually being able to read and analyse the statistics, what do you think the strengths of this fundraiser would be? Kristen?
And the low average is good approach.
Yeah, exactly. They're getting in 1 in every 4 houses. That's below company standard, which is obviously fair. Anything else? Anyone hands up? James?
Decent show.
Yeah, decent show. I mean, like Legacy, normally below 3. But obviously, depending on what time in the programme it is, would obviously dictate what you do. What about opportunities to grow? Okay.
Work rate?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely work great. I mean, that's terrible. Simba?
Really shorten their show.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's like nearly a 2-hour show. Unless they're reporting them so much that to death. You know, it's good though. Anything else? Mentioned it a little bit earlier. Maybe the quality of their show? 1 in 3? Just like Legacy. This needs to be a little bit lower. Even though company standard is 3, obviously it depends how you want your team to be. Because I know being in-house, I enjoyed being in shows. So my approach would be good. I don't know about the rest of it. I didn't like knocking. I liked being in shows, telling them about the channel. I hope it's exactly the same for all. So yeah, right. I did write some things down. I forgot the paper. Yeah. What are the 2 threats that will be for absolutely anyone about their statistics?
We'll be lying.
Yeah. False statistic. Absolutely anyone. So just have that in the back of your mind. Obviously, I wouldn't lie about having 12 ins. Being pretty honest there. Did anyone else pick up on the hours? What's the minimum amount of hours you should knock in a weekday? 6.5. Yeah. So, why did they not knock that extra half an hour? Were they just lazy? Maybe, because they had 12 ins. Or something might happen. Now this is the bit where you might need to kind of write down. What would you do first about this fundraising? Luke?
I think probably have a one-to-one.
Okay.
You're not going to mention that kind of work rate in the car or whatever else.
Okay.
So you get on one-to-one, then you just quiz them, question understand, and then if they're going to get involved, then you call your SM.
Yeah, definitely. I think you should all write this down. Seek first to understand. Because unless you don't understand why they've only got 12 ins, 6 hours, you know, you can't give them a reprimand or anything like that. I mean, they might have just been absolutely bone idle. Or, like in the summer, they might have got stuck in a kid's play swing. So they couldn't knock. So yeah, that would reduce their knocking time a little bit. Right. So each action, you need to be able to fully understand how their day has gone. I'll apologise now. I've been drawing the short straw, and it's a bit of a, bad topic because I love maths. Don't know about anyone else, but you will eventually learn to love this because this will drive all your actions as a JM. And that is what's going to make you either a bad JM or a good JM. Yeah? Like what he said, top regions use the statistics all the time. You're going to learn to love statistics. Cool. Right. Next one. Again, 3 partners, get the ratio. Okay?
In case you can't read out the back, that's 81 ins, 9 hours, 8 shows, 0 learners.
You can use your phones if you...
You can't do this.
Yeah. It's terrible. Do it again.
Yeah.